Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing WWE Hot Take Season 2, Episode 25. And in today's episode, we will have 8 hot takes, 2 for Monday Night Raw, 2 for NXT, 2 for SmackDown, and 2 for the Night of Champions pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia. What's your hot take of the week? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, today's video is sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that leaves you jitterless and able to focus in on any task at hand? Then go check out W Energy Drinks today at www.w.gg or go search W Energy Drinks in your Google search bar. They have a plethora of different flavors to choose from, including pineapple splash, tiger's blood, push and punch, and so many more. And if you want to try all the flavors they offer, they have a 3-flavor and 6-flavor sampler pack that you can choose from. And if you want to buy in bulk, they've got Founders Pick Bundle, a 4-tub bundle, and a 5-tub bundle, all for your preferences. Remember, 1 tub will make you approximately 90 energy drinks, so definitely keep that in mind. They also have bottles and shakers, including mini character solos, the Joker, Black Wolverine, and so many more. They also have shirts and hoodies if you're looking to get yourself some Dubby merch. And if you don't want to make the drink, they got you covered there as well. They've got a 12-pack, 12-ounce cans in mango orange cream and strawberry banana. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. And when you do get to check out, make sure you use promo code Nikki D Russas, 12 characters, no spaces, all caps, NICKYDRUSSAS. The link will be in the description below. And when you do, you'll get 10%, yes, 10% off your entire order. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day, and without further ado, let's get to... And our first hot take of the day: will Becky Lynch be forced to defend the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria in a triple threat match at Evolution? Ooh, that was a mouthful. But this past Monday night, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria were arguing in the back yet again. The only thing they really have in common, in my opinion, is that it's personal with Becky Lynch, which the storyline perspective, I definitely understand for both of these women. But Adam Pearce came in, pretty much blew the whistle on these women screaming, and said, you two are going to go one-on-one tonight, and the winner will face Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. So we had set match, and this match was a great match, honestly. These two were very back in forth when it came to their wrestling styles. They were able to reverse the other one with ease at times, and it was really a lot of fun to watch Bayley and Lyra Valkyria go one-on-one. This match did end in a double pinfall. Referee Jessica Carr calling a draw between these two women, and you could hear Michael Cole on commentary afterwards saying it was a draw, so Becky Lynch has no number one contender now. Honestly, doesn't really make much sense to me, considering both of these women are in a feud with Becky Lynch. I do expect some more drama from this rivalry in the coming weeks, and I am really hoping that we make it a triple threat match between these three women. They know each other so well in the ring, and I really feel like it would add another match to the Evolution card, which is an all-women's pay-per-view July 13th. Yes, it has one match right now at the moment, but time will tell to see it. I would honestly love to see it. I think it is the perfect place for these three women to be put on the card, considering the fact that none of these women are scheduled in a match yet for Evolution, and I feel like it would really could be the match of the night come July 13th if we put it on the card. I think Becky Lynch would shine well against both of these women. We've seen Becky Lynch go one-on-one with Lyra Valkyria a number of times. We've seen Becky Lynch go one-on-one with Bayley a number of times, and we saw how well Bayley and Lyra Valkyria were in the ring this past Monday night. So I definitely feel like a triple threat match between these three women have the potential to really pull in a banger of a match. I wouldn't even mind if Becky Lynch used dirty tactics to retain Set Women's Intercontinental Championship. If these women are given 15-20 minutes to absolutely tear it up and show the world just how great of professional wrestlers they are, then I feel like everybody is going to be winning when it comes to the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and I feel like it'll give the Women's Intercontinental Championship a lot of much needed credibility at this point, and honestly, I think it's a win-win all around, but the big question is, will Becky Lynch be forced to defend the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria in a triple threat match at Evolution? In our second hot take of the week, Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso was one of the best matches in 2025 so far. Well, this past Monday night in the main event, we had the second semifinals in the King of the Ring tournament, which put Cody Rhodes one-on-one with Jey Uso, and this was probably one of the best main events that Monday Night Raw has done this year. The way that the audience cheered for both Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso was absolutely spectacular, and this match in itself was an absolute classic. It's in my opinion, it's worthy of a PLE. It's worthy of a Royal Rumble type match because these two pulled out all of the stops. We even saw Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso shaking hands before this match started as a sign of respect. These two were reversing each other extremely well in the early on. Cody Rhodes pulling out the Kimura lock on Jey Uso at one point really shocked a lot of the WWE WWE Universe. And at that point, we knew that we was going to be in for an instant classic of a match on Raw. And these two still throughout the entire match was able almost to reverse each other with ease and really turn it more into an acrobatic battle than really anything else. Jey Uso did pull a massive play out of Cody Rhodes' playbook when he hit an absolute stellar crossroads on Cody Rhodes, but the wherewithal of Cody Rhodes to roll out of the ring and avoid being pinned was absolutely next level. I really feel like Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes needs to run it back at this point, because these two gave us an absolute banger of a match, and honestly, I absolutely loved it. We even saw them shaking hands after the match, and another huge sign of respect between these two men. And this week's episode of Monday Night Raw had a unique feeling as we actually ended this week's episode of Monday Night Raw on a happy ending, something that I think WWE should lean more on going forward, especially when you have baby faces like Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, which we saw put on an absolute clinic of a match against each other. And honestly, we have had a lot of great matches this year, but these two took it to a whole nother level, in my opinion. The resiliency of Cody Rhodes and the resiliency of Jey Uso was on full display in this match as they went a full 20 minutes on Monday Night Raw, and they fit so much into that 20 minutes that it really felt like I was watching a PLE. Honestly, I would have been a little surprised to see this on a Monday Night Raw. That's just because that's how great and that's how special that these two men are every time they step into a WWE ring. So shout outs to Cody Rhodes and shout outs to Jey Uso for gifting us with an absolute classic of a match on Monday Night Raw. And in my opinion, Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso was one of the best matches in 2025 so far. And our third hot take of the week will take us down to NXT. Will Jordynne Grace become the next NXT Women's Champion? Well, this past Tuesday on NXT, we had a fatal four-way match where the winner would go on to face Jacy Jayne at Evolution for the NXT Women's Championship. It was Jordynne Grace versus Izzy Dane versus Jada Parker versus Lash Legend, and these four women put on an absolute show. Lash Legend really dominated a lot of this match, and I really felt like Jada Parker could have done more in this match, in my opinion. Jada Parker was one of the women taking a lot of bumps. We did see a spot where Lash Legend and Izzy Dane faced off two powerhouses in NXT. It was absolutely incredible, out of control action, but Jordynne Grace was the one that was able to capitalize on all the chaos, was able to get the pinfall 1, 2, 3. So at Evolution, Jacy Jayne will be defending the NXT Women's Championship against Jordynne Grace, and a little surprise to me, I thought we was leaning more into the direction of Jacy Jayne versus Blake Monroe for the NXT Women's Championship, considering Mariah May made her return a few weeks ago, targeted Jacy Jayne, became Blake Monroe, signed with NXT, and was immediately driven through a table by Fatal Attraction. So I definitely do think that we are doing something with Blake Monroe and JC Jane. The big question, in my opinion, is will Blake Monroe interfere in their match at Evolution and possibly cost JC Jane the championship? Sure, JC Jane has Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix backing her up. Maybe Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe go get themselves another woman that's willing to back them, and we could have an even fight at this point. Honestly, I think JC Jane is making a lot of enemies early on in her NXT women's title reign. Blake Monroe being one, Jordynne Grace, if they team up, is going to be another. And honestly, unless the numbers game really is in Fatal Attraction's favor, I'm not sure if JC Jane can continue to retain the women's championship. NXT's women's division is the best NXT, the best women's division in all of wrestling, according to Ava. So who knows who's gonna step up? Could Jada Parker step up? Could Izzy Dane step up? There's a lot of fresh blood in that NXT women's division that is more than willing to step up to somebody that is cocky and arrogant as JC Jane can possibly be if the longer this reign goes on. So I really feel like Jordynne Grace, if Blake Monroe interferes at Evolution, can definitely capitalize on the situation. No question about that in my mind. But again, will the numbers game be in Fatal Influence's favor or against them? That's something that time will tell. But the big question that's on the table right now, will Jordynne Grace become the next NXT Women's Champion? And our fourth hot take of the week, can Joe Hendry recapture the TNA World Championship? Well, this whole rivalry started when Trick Williams said he was going to take the TNA World Championship from Joe Hendry from TNA at Battleground. Joe Hendry standing his ground, saying the TNA World Championship ain't going anywhere. Come Battleground, Trick Williams shocks the world and captures the TNA World Championship. And when that happened, Trick Williams' head grew 3 sizes that day because he turned into Hollywood Trick. He said, I am bigger than NXT and TNA combined. And now he's going to run 2 divisions. Joe Hendry, though, this past Tuesday, returning to NXT and putting the beat down on Trick Williams. And in my opinion, the big question, will Joe Hendry start to work with guys like Mike Santana, who have history in the ring already with Trick Williams recently, and will be like, hey, we have something in common. We want to bring the TNA World title back to TNA. And could the numbers game at that point really start to catch up to Trick Williams? Time will definitely tell. I absolutely loved to see Joe Hendry and Trick Williams in the ring the first time. And as much as I wanted to see Joe Hendry win, Trick Williams now leads the series 1-0. So if Joe Hendry comes back and gets a win on Trick Williams, we can have ourselves a rubber match, best of 3 series. Honestly, I'm absolutely here for something like Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams 3-part series. I think they're absolutely going to steal the show like they did at Battleground, and I think that Joe Hendry recapturing the TNA World Championship is probably going to put an end to this story. You could probably open up part 3 a few years down the road. I'd definitely be here for that. But I do think that Trick Williams is main event ready for WWE. He could shine on Raw. He could shine on SmackDown. In my opinion, Trick Williams, if he does drop the TNA World Championship, he could just be getting himself main roster ready. That's the thing I like about Trick Williams. He's been in NXT for so many years now that he's one of the top people on the list of superstars that I think would excel right now if got called up to the main roster. And it would give Joe Hendry another title reign to really iron out the kinks before he's main roster ready. But the big question here is, can Joe Hendry recapture the TNA World Championship? Our 5th hot take of the week will take us over to Friday Night SmackDown. Did Tiffany Stratton finally end the story with Nia Jax? Well, this past Friday night in Saudi Arabia, Tiffany Stratton went one-on-one with Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship in a last woman standing match. And the match was absolutely phenomenal. But the rivalry between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton dates all the way back to last year when Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton were side by side, as Nia Jax was the WWE Women's Champion and Tiffany Stratton had just won the 2024 Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And Nia Jax even designed the Money in the Bank briefcase to really suit Tiffany Stratton. And then on the January 3rd edition of SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton cashed in the Money in the Bank on Nia Jax and became WWE Women's Champion. And ever since then, Nia Jax has been one of the biggest thorns in the side of Tiffany Stratton's title reign so far. And these women have battled it out already a number of times on SmackDown over the last few months for the WWE Women's Championship. And not to mention, now you got Money in the Bank with Naomi. So another target that Tiffany Stratton is going to have to deal with. And honestly, I really feel like how great this match was. The way Tiffany Stratton was able to drive Nia Jax through 2 separate tables to keep Nia Jax down for the count of 10 was an absolute stellar ending to this story. And I think the right call is to move on from this story for now. I really feel like Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax has been a commonplace put on repeat over the last 6 months to a year, and I feel like it's run its course. I feel like this is a very appropriate ending to all the storyline between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax, and it'll allow Tiffany Stratton's title reign to actually flourish and grow, putting competitors maybe like Trish Stratus, putting competitors maybe like Jade Cargill, putting competitors like maybe Naomi, Alexa Bliss on this list of people that she's defended against to really bring more prestige back to the WWE Women's Championship. But I will admit the storyline between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax was absolutely spectacular spectacular if it ended tonight. Shout out to both of these women for putting on a banger of a WWE Women's Championship match. But the big question at the end of the day, did Tiffany Stratton finally end the story with Nia Jax? Our sixth hot take of the week, the Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six ending was really disappointing. Well, this past Friday in Saudi Arabia, we had the Street Profits defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against the Wyatt Six. And from a point of view of storyline, sure, this made sense. But from a person who watches professional wrestling, to want to see these guys tear each other up and see a winner, it didn't really make much sense to me. With the ending, when the other teams came out, it ended in an all-out brawl. So the match was DQ'd, thrown out, and it kind of makes sense if you want to see the Wyatt Six capture the championships on a bigger stage, maybe a PLE, maybe even SummerSlam. Then I can definitely get behind this ending in disqualification. But the Wyatt Six had been making their mark over the past few weeks. They finally got a title opportunity. I was one of those that couldn't wait to see the Wyatt Six become the new WWE Tag Team Champions. But it wasn't meant to be in Saudi Arabia. The other teams came down, got themselves involved. I will admit there was a lot of chaos for this segment. It was definitely flying action all over the place. But I really feel like the storyline we've been building with the Street Profits and the Wyatt Six could have had a decisive winner here. I wouldn't even have been upset if the Street Profits were able to pull off the win and the Wyatt Six attacked the Street Profits after, to really drive home the fact that we're not finished with these two teams yet. I would have been okay with that as well. Obviously, I was cheering for the Wyatt Six to become the new champs, but having it thrown out in disqualification just really doesn't make much sense to me, and completely throws it into a place where we might have to have a fatal four-way match for those titles to really decide a decisive winner here. I still wouldn't mind seeing that and have the Wyatt Six become the new champs and just destroy the other three teams, honestly. But I feel like this could have been the place where you had new champs. But this definitely should have been the place where we had a decisive winner, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, this match really didn't even go for as long as I wanted it to. I felt like the Street Profits and the Wyatt Six were definitely capable of a long fight, and we didn't get that either. Since we didn't get a decisive winner, since we didn't get to see these two teams get down in the trenches and show us what they're capable of, in my honest opinion, the Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six ending was really disappointing. Our seventh hot take of the week will take us to Night of Champions. The Bloodline story has run its course and is now boring. At Night of Champions, we have the United States Championship on the line as the champion Jacob Fatu was defending against Solo Sikoa, and these two men put on an excellent match for the first 10 to 15 minutes before we had outside interference. And the outside interference did not help Jacob Fatu, not one bit. Both of these men were down. Then we had JC Mateo come down to the ring, distract the referee. And when the referee was distracted, a returning Tamaloa took out Jacob Fatu off the top rope. And to add insult to injury, we had the giant 7-foot High Kaloa come out and just drive Jacob Fatu through the announce table. At this point, he threw him back into the ring. Solo Sikoa set up the Samoan spike. 1, 2, 3, and new United States champion Solo Sikoa. And honestly, we've seen the Bloodline introduce new members so many different times now. I believe this new faction is probably going to be called the Bloodline 3.0 at this point. And honestly, I am surprised and I am very impressed with how deep Samoans run in the wrestling industry. But at this point, I'm getting a little bit bored of constantly seeing new members interfere and help the bad guy win at this point. I do feel like Haikuloa is going to be a menace for this bloodline, though. This man is huge, 7 feet tall. He has to weigh over 300 pounds. They said he's the little brother of Tamatanga and Tangaloa. But I'll tell you this much, there is absolutely nothing little about this 7-foot giant. He looks like he's going to wreak a lot of havoc for this new bloodline. I think Jacob Fatu needs to go find some numbers at this point. I was upset that we didn't see Jimmy Uso get involved to try to even the odds a little bit. Jimmy Uso did come to the aid of Fatu a few weeks ago on SmackDown when being regarded with this issue. Why Jimmy Uso didn't show up at Night of Champions really kind of surprised me. I thought that Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu were starting to, click. I wonder if Jacob Fatu is going to ask Jimmy, where was you at Night of Champions, dog? And I really wonder if that's going to form a crack in their newfounded relationship there over on Friday nights. But honestly, another addition to the bloodline. Surprised, but not really at this point. It seems to be happening at every PLE now, and I think, in my honest opinion, the bloodline story has run its course, and now it's boring. Our final hot take of the week: will WWE screw Jade Cargill at SummerSlam? We had the Queen of the Ring finals in Saudi Arabia as Asuka and Jade Cargill were going one-on-one, and Jade Cargill really dominated a lot of this matchup with just brute strength. Asuka did fly around the ring and get her offense in, no question about that. These two women went to war for about 15-20 minutes, as they deserved, and honestly, it took a lot for Asuka to be down for the count of 3. Jade Cargill looked absolutely spectacular in this match, was able to hit the Jaded, put Asuka away, and become the Queen of the Ring, which means at SummerSlam, she will face the WWE Women's Champion, which I'm presuming it's going to be Tiffany Stratton, even though we'll see what Evolution has for her to get through first. No, but I can just see it now, in my opinion. I think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill at SummerSlam when we get down to it. But I could see Jay Cargill going into this match, maybe not 100%, after dealing with so many issues when it comes to the storyline between Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill. And I do see the match between Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill going a good 20-25 minutes. It is SummerSlam after all. But I can also see Tiffany Stratton taking Jay Cargill to the limit and really punishing and beating down Jay Cargill to the point where both of these women are just scraps at the end of the day. I see Jay Cargill hitting Jaded on Tiffany Stratton, 1, 2, 3, and new WWE Women's Champion. But I see both women down when the bell rings after, and I also see Proceed with Caution, Naomi, music hitting, her sprinting to the ring, her cashing in and pinning Jay Cargill in the end, and I can see Naomi walking out of SummerSlam WWE Women's Champion and having Jay Cargill's title reign last mere seconds. I can definitely see that happening from a mile away. I think it's absolutely brilliant storytelling, considering the rivalry that Naomi and Jay Cargill already had in the first half of 2025. I think it's a wonderful way to extend the Naomi Jay Cargill rivalry to the remaining portion of the year, and I think it gives Naomi the much deserved WWE Women's Championship reign that her career has really lacked up to this point. Let's be honest. And I feel like Jay Cargill will remain what she currently is, and that is the #1 contender. And at the end of the day, will WWE screw Jay Cargill at SummerSlam? And that was WWE Hot Take Season 2, Episode 25. What was your hot take of the week? You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, today's video was sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that leaves you jitterless and able to focus in on any task at hand? Then go check out W Energy Drinks today. Go www.w.gg or search W Energy Drinks in your Google search bar. They've got a plethora of different flavors. They've got bottles and shakers. They've got shirts and hoodies. And if you don't want to make the drink, they also come in 12-ounce cans as well. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. And when you do get to checkout, make sure you use promo code Nikki D. Russes, 12 characters, all caps, no spaces, NICKYDRUSSAS. Link is in the description below for 10%. Yes, 10% off your entire order. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me Nikki D, then go check out another one of my videos. I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nikki D. This is the Nikki D channel, and I will see all y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.